What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Wednesday, February 13th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's see who we have at the point guard position. I like Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Jamal Murray has scored 24, 41, and 43 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 33.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. Jamal Murray is 6,200 DraftKings salary. He's 800 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 33 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. There's an implied total of 230 points in this game. Fantastic matchup. I love Jamal Murray here versus the Sacramento Kings. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I'm going to give you a value play here. If Mike Conley is out, I like Delon Wright from the Memphis Grizzlies playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 8th worst defense overall, and they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Delon Wright has scored 26 and 13 fantasy points in his last 2 games. He played 34 minutes last game and scored 26 fantasy points, and now Delon Wright is still only 3,600 DraftKings salary. He's 1,000 more on FanDuel, projected at 18.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. He's got 25-point upside. We saw it last game. Just keep an eye on the injury news and make sure that Mike Conley is out and that Delon Wright is going to get the start. If Mike Conley is playing today and you don't want to play Delon Wright, you can take a look at Avery Bradley, also on the Memphis Grizzlies. He played 37 minutes last game and scored 52 fantasy points. Wow, Avery Bradley, is he back? I doubt it, but he's still low salary on both sites. Avery Bradley is 3,400 DraftKings salary. He's 200 more on FanDuel, projected at 18.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's well over 5 times value. I don't know how often we're going to see that 50-point upside. We used to see it all the time when Avery Bradley was back in Boston. We saw a flash of it last night. Let's see if he stays hot. I like Avery Bradley here versus the Chicago Bulls. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's see who we have at the small forward position. I like Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks playing the Miami Heat, who have a really good defense overall, and they're also really good who have a really good defense. But Luka Doncic has scored 46, 51, and 27 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 40.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. Luka Doncic is 8,800 DraftKings salary. He's 1,000 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 42.9 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 45 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. Look, this guy is a superstar. He should be over 10,000 salary. The matchup doesn't matter to Luka. Luka Doncic has scored over 45 fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. 250 plus, 160 plus. People don't know how good Luka Doncic is, so I love Luka tonight versus the Miami Heat. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Kevin Durant from the Golden State Warriors playing the Portland Trail Blazers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the third most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Kevin Durant has scored 42, 54, and 34 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 48.8 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 35 minutes per game with a 30% usage rate. Kevin Durant is $9,300 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 53.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.74 times value. Boogie Cousins has been ruled out tonight, so you don't have to worry about him taking usage from Kevin Durant. You should see KD's usage spike tonight. I love Kevin Durant here versus the Portland Trail Blazers. And if you don't like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry would be a fine play. Without Boogie Cousins, gonna get more usage. One of those guys is gonna go off. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like DeAndre Ayton from the Phoenix Suns playing the LA Clippers, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing centers. DeAndre Ayton has scored 28, 46, and 31 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 36 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. DeAndre Ayton is $6,700 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, projected at 35.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 229 points in this game. Fantastic matchup. I love DeAndre Ayton here versus the Clippers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.